I have an idea. Let's head over to the library because maybe that says what to do in order to smooth out sandstone. Let's see, sandstone. Here we go. What? Bake it. Bake sand to get smooth sandstone. All right, fine. Well, fortunately, I do have some coal here and some sandstone, right? Well, maybe not much in the way of sandstone, but I can amend that situation fairly quickly. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that. That gives me... Actually, let's make a lot more than that. There you go. We have 20 sandstone. So let's turn 16 of that into smooth sandstone. And see if that book is right. Of course, you never know. Sometimes these books can be a little bit tricky. Smooth sandstone. All right, good, perfect. Now that's going on. We can see if everything. Now here, I think we just get away with throwing some sand down. So at least make it a little bit less precarious for the moment. And now that we have the secret of what we need in order to smooth out sandstone, we could make things a lot better eventually. Well, maybe I should encourage that melon to grow a little bit faster. And that's not growing any faster there. Ooh, sea pickles. Well, I'm not going to have much in the way of sea pickles considering that, well, I suppose I could find a coral reef, but I don't think I'm going to go back in the ocean anytime soon. I think I found a nice place to settle. Perhaps maybe someday a wandering trader will come in with some who could trade some coral or some sea pickle. Actually, if I get a coral block, put it into some water, and then I could put the sea pickles onto that, and then I'll be able to use bone meal in order to encourage it to grow. And since I've got a composter here, getting bone meal wouldn't be all that difficult. I don't have to rely on killing skeletons. There you go. Oh, yes. So it looks like everything is all nice and coming together. And we've got more trees there. Good. I think I've got an abundance at the moment. Yes. And even fish. Everything that I could want. Now, let's see. Oh, yes. And, of course, smooth sandstone. Yay! So let's start to see. That's for, I guess that's intentional. Here we have plenty of places where we need smooth sandstone. That needs cut sandstone. So let's get some cut sandstone also. I did leave 4 more blocks of that just in case anything else I could do with that. Very good. Cut sandstone here. Good. 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 All right. Good. Actually, well, we still have a few spider webs around here. Let's see if I can get around here without. This seems like a rather lousy spot for a bed. So let's get rid of that and bring this out. Okay, good. And all right, that's good. And this is cut sandstone all over the place. Oh, that's right. This is the cartographer's house. And we've got this going up all the way here. We need, oh, all right. Those seem to be windows there then. So those holes are intentional. Yeah. Yes, that's definitely, those holes are intentional. Good. So I think I got the place reasonable. The tower, I guess that's a watchtower more than anything else. Okay, good, because that's what it looks like. And we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. My own home seems to be reasonably good. I now know how to repair everything else. Good. So I think I'm starting to get some sort of a plan here. All right, let's put this here, plus this here. Good. Let's just get this. Right. I think a little light in the library would be good. Okay. That'll work. Oh. All right. We have to thank the library for helping us to solve our little riddle there earlier. And sandstone. I'll need a little bit more sandstone, but I got plenty of sand, so I should have little trouble finding more sandstone. And here we go for more trees. More trees to chop. More wood to harvest. And more saplings to plant. There you go. And I planted one down here, and either I didn't or it didn't do as well as the others. Either one's a possibility. And now for, ooh, well, maybe I won't harvest that one. That might be nice and good for decorations here. I do need a shade tree here. That looks like a nice shade tree. But when you're living out here in the desert, a shade tree would be nice. Here we go. Okay, I am near a source of water. I have sun, water. And there you go. Sun, water, trees, shade, food. What else could you ask for? Something up there. Oh, sugarcane. All right. Wasn't sure what I was seeing there. Actually, that isn't a large shade tree oak. But you earned your reprieve anyway, so I'm not going to go back on my reprieve, at least not until I forget about it completely, since that's inevitably going to happen eventually. But for now, as long as I remember, you're safe, right? That piece of spider web is not safe. Let's see, regular terracotta? No, so let's just put this in here. Good. And it looks like I have found a home. It's all working out well. Those zombies who are working around here seem not to have returned and are unlikely to at any point in the future. Though I think I've found a nice place to live and a nice place to sleep. So ends my journal, and I think things will be fine here where I'm going to be staying. Epilogue. In case you haven't found out, this month's Minecraft Hardcore Challenge was a little bit different than most of them. This was a roleplay series, so at no point was I speaking from the point of view of a player, but instead completely doing it from the point of view of the character. So I was never explaining what was happening or anything like that, and instead just going into it. Now, the fact that it was called roleplay for the title of it hopefully helped to clue you in on that situation. But the rules in this month's Minecraft Hardcore Challenge were a little bit different than usual because, as you could see here, I was allowed to sleep. Once I managed to acquire a bed, I was allowed to kill passive mobs, which is why I was able to kill the salmon early on, which normally you're not allowed to do in a Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. And I would have been able to kill any mobs I had. Essentially, this month, the primary rule for this month was that all standard rules are suspended. Though I still, of course, enforce the 9 episodes rule that posting Mondays and Fridays. We're all making the assumption that that wasn't suspended, but that all the regular rules about not eating meat, not sleeping, and stuff like that were suspended for this month. As you can see here, then, the big trick there was finding a good place to settle, where I started way down to the south down there, where I just got tired of the Badlands and said, what could be worse than that? And I went out to the open ocean, where I found out what could be worse. Unfortunately, I went right by a savanna, right in the middle of the night, so I couldn't land. I went way past there. I presume that eventually there is a savanna out there in down to the south. I might as well head down there and do I find that savanna just out of curiosity's sake since the session is over. Anyway, how I decided to roleplay this one was that I crash landed here. Now, at first I was thinking it was a spaceship or something like this, since when I came there, I didn't notice if there was an ocean anywhere nearby. I didn't notice it when I started. So I decided to assume it was a spaceship of some sort. And since it was a spaceship, then they explained why I was here and all that. It could have been a sailing ship, though, and that I somehow went off there, didn't have anything for that. I lost all my stuff, got disoriented, and you see I remained disoriented for quite a while there. Now, this is in large biomes as usual for the MHC. So I can see that you have this long desert. So I think it's pretty good that I gave up on my search for the savanna, though it looks like we do have this bit of land here. So it looks like not too far away we have a pretty good area. But finding that abandoned actually, I think that's the first time I ever found an abandoned village in Minecraft. Strangely enough. You I didn't even know about the point about the cobwebs replacing some of the blocks that we saw in there, which is there. Here now I have some sheep. So this is actually the type of area that I would have really loved to have found when I was in it, but after being burned the first time I went around trying to look for a better location, I decided, all right, I have here a village, no one to bother me, and I could set up shop there, collect everything I wanted, and on this. So I think I made myself a little bit of a nice thing there in being able to use what I had and being able to turn that into a suitable place to live. So the idea there was a nice ending there in that, all right, it wasn't about getting rescued or anything like this, but finding a way to become reasonably sustained, having everything that I need. And fortunately, at the end of day 9, I rose to a point where I had plenty of wood, plenty of stuff to eat, plenty of other things that I'll be needing. Look, see, as I said, there's a risk thing. It was I could either have found something really, really nice by heading south as I am doing now. It looks like I did find something nice, or I could have run into something that was worse. And I don't think that what I did have in the end wasn't really all that bad. Yeah, so even though I have this place about half a day away, this looks like a living village. Yeah, we have all these villagers here and all that stuff. And plenty of sheep and all that stuff, so I could have made my own bed. All right, good. But anyway, that's what I did on the first couple of nights. I just slept through the night, and I mined through the night for a couple of nights, and then when I finally came to the village, it was time to. Yeah, I wasn't going to do any more money. I think I was starting to stabilize there. Once you stabilize there, survival isn't all that difficult. It was nice though being able to find a treasure and being able to work with that. So here's an alternative to what I did there. It was this little village here. But I think setting up shop in a village that's active, I've already done that on plenty of times, but recovering a village that has fallen like that, a zombie village or whatever you call those things, an abandoned village, being able to recover one of those things, I think made a nice little change for what I was doing. But that's it for the December 2019 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. Now, I suspect that there are going to be some tweaks being done to the MHC in general in the near future because we have 1.15 coming out where they'll be adding the bees. Maybe it could have something to do with bees. And it looks like Michael Daring isn't making any more challenges, but that maybe Baker Bell or some other members are going to be bringing out some so that we could have some new challenges for 2019 and 2020. 2019 it was a little bit shaky because there were a couple of challenges there that I didn't think really fit with me, especially the one digging for fossils and the one that involved you had to play in a group. But we did have some nice ones, and I thought this was a really nice one to finish off with, sort of a little holiday present for us here at the MHC. And that's it for this year. And until next time, this is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to mine responsibly.